Welcome to another edition of Trotsky or Bust. Just a follow up on the one I did a couple of days ago. Well, yesterday about Ilhan Omar, corporate Democrat Ilhan Omar, and how stupid the left is, and the people you see online, and how they're falling for the oldest trick in the book. The oldest trick in the book, and they don't want to admit it, is anti Semitism. What is the purpose of anti Semitism? It is a distraction. Okay, you had in the turn of the 20th century, you had pogroms against the Jews of Russia. Why? Because the Tsar didn't want people focusing in on him, so blame it on the Jews. Now, as we're trying to make a change in this world, all right, a world that has become worse than the Gilded Age, where all the money's gone to the people on top, they throw this in. All right, that's exactly what they're going to do. Focus on the Jews. They're not going to say it. They can't say that, so they'll say focus on Israel. Focus on the Palestinians, the most oppressed people in the world. Really? The Palestinians have a higher standard of living than any Arabs outside of the Persian Gulf states. All right. In Gaza, which is deemed unlivable by people online, the life expectancy is about 3.5, 4 years longer than the average on the planet. This is bullshit. This is a distraction. And you saw how easily everybody online, people who call themselves leftists, how easily they fell for it. Ilhan Omar. Ilhan Omar, she great. Isn't she great? She pointed out the Israel lobby. The Israel lobby is like the 50th biggest lobby. All right. The securities and investments is the biggest is 26 times the Israel lobby. No one talks about that. Certainly, Ilhan Omar is not going to talk about them because she takes money from them. So we're going to get this distraction. And of course, Bernie went along with it, as did Kamala and Warren. And that's it. You know, first I had no respect for Bernie before this. Now it's zero. Okay. If you think this tells you exactly who Bernie is, because Bernie's a Jew. He knows exactly what is meant when you say all about the Benjamin or Israel has hypnotized the world or Dulor. He knows exactly what it means, but he went along with it. And this is going to fuck the left. Don't make no mistake about it. This is going to fuck the left. This is how it happened in the 60s. What happened? In the 30s, the New Deal Democrats took over. All right, there was actual change done. You know, the New Deal programs. FDR did that. Well, a lot of the people, Democrats back then, were from the South, the Bull Weevil Democrats. Slowly, people forgot about the Depression. It was the 60s. The 60s, the corporatists used the civil rights movement, the 50s and 60s, to take over the Democratic Party. Not because they gave two shits about the civil rights movement. It's because this was their in. They were going to paint the New Deal old Democrats as racist. Some of them were. I'm not saying they weren't. But it was just a strategy to take over the Democratic Party, which is exactly what they've done. That's why you have a Nancy Pelosi. Chuck Schumer. And by the way, Ilhan Omar is just one of them. She takes, percentage-wise, she takes more corporate and big donor money than does Nancy Pelosi. That's how bad she is. And I'm hearing these idiots online saying, best member of Congress, best congressman ever. Really? Are you that gullible? Are you that fucking stupid that you're going to fall for this trick, the oldest trick in the book? Ilhan Omar, a corporate Democrat, as is Rashid Tlaib, another corporate Democrat. They're just playing on your old prejudices. And yeah, we're all prejudiced, and it's okay to admit that we have prejudice, that maybe you have some anti-Semitism in you, and they're playing on that and it's working. And you're not going to admit that. You're just going to pretend that you care about the Palestinians. Okay? When Assad murdered 4,000 Palestinians, I didn't hear a word from you. But you care about the Palestinians. No, you've been had. You've been fucking had. And it's going to work. It's going to work. Because now you can't even talk about Trump. I mean, you want to talk about Trump when he says that the good people on both sides. You want to talk about Stephen King? Every time you try to talk about that, they're going to bring up Ilhan Omar. And what's worse is that's not where we're going to lose. We're going to lose, well, fuck the Democrats, but now it's going to be the far left is, you want the anti Semites, or do you want the moderates, the corporatists who aren't anti Semites? That's the choice you're going to have now. You don't believe me? Look at Great Britain. What do you why is Jeremy Corbyn having so much problems in Britain? Why is this party being labeled anti Semitic? He's being labeled anti Semitic because he fell for this shit. He the shit that the Palestinians are oppressed, that they're the most oppressed people on earth. Yeah, they're oppressed by Hamas, they're oppressed by the PA. You want to talk about Likud, but Netanyahu? Yeah, he's dog shit. He's total dog shit. But he's 100 times better than the PA. He's 1,000 times better than Hamas, and he's 1,000,000 times better than Assad, who murdered 500,000 of his own people. So, keep your head on you. That's what the Arabs always had. That's what Israel always was. The Arabs had the worst despots there are. There's nothing unique about Saddam. Look at Assad, look Gaddafi. And what do they always do? They always point their finger at Israel. Don't look at us, look at Israel. Once we get rid of them, everything will be peaches and cream. Well, they're never going to get rid of Israel. They don't want to get rid of Israel. And you all fell for it. Ask yourself, how does Ilhan Omar advance social change? How is their evolution going to come quicker because of what's going on today, yesterday, and tomorrow? What she said was clearly anti-Semitic. Don't pretend it wasn't. All about the Benjamins. Israel has hypnotized the world, dual loyalty, and Bernie knows exactly what I'm talking about. But he doesn't give a shit because he's just there to sheepdog people to the corporate Democrats. That's all he's doing. Oh, fuck. It bothers me how naive people are. But, I just look at it as a Jew. I'm not going to be anti-Semitic, so I can see it. As an Israeli, someone who's lived there, who knows that the Palestinians are not downtrodden. All right? They're not. You need to get your head out of your ass. Okay, we just we just got tricked. All right, you're going down the wrong road. And if you're too stupid to see it, some are too stupid to see it. Others are just part of the establishment, and that's why they're doing it. Don't kid yourself. They're not on your side. A lot of them. All right, that's what I have to say. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. Give me a comment. And click on the hammer and sickle and tell me what you think. Trotsky is out.